Um, Welcome to another episode of Uncaged is what we're calling it now. This is the Marvel Rivals roster. I'll start by introducing myself. I'm Sam. In-game for Rivals is Derpy Quid 719, and I sadly play tank.
Sadly.
Huh? Yeah, sadly.
I'm Rocco. In game, my name is Rockstar, and I play DPS.
I'm Andrew. In game, my name is Grid, or I guess G.Rid, because Grid was taken. And I also play DPS.
Hi, my name's Cade. My IGN is MessyMoth11, and I play support.
You're also our manager
I'm
and
awesome.
the most recent recipient of the John George Award. Congratulations.
Yes,
Let's
I
go.
am. Thank you.
Um, so you want to talk about, how you went about earning that reward and
Sure.
whatnot, what your campaign was, Mr.
Right.
President?
So initially I wasn't planning on getting too involved in esports. I guess my first semester, I kind of just went to tryouts, met Matthew, met Jackie, tried out for the Overwatch team, made it as a sub. I don't know, just your natural path, I guess. But then the next year, Matthew uh, told me to manage, I guess. I don't know. They really needed a manager, and no one else wanted to do it, so I said, yeah, sure, why not? It'll be fun. Fun, I guess you could say, in quotes. But yeah, it was been a really good experience. I got to run tryouts, coordinate with everyone's schedules. There's a little bit of work that goes into it, but not too much. And then disaster struck. Overwatch killer hits the scene. Marvel Rivals. What's the
Overwatch
Overwatch
dead on
team gonna
arrival.
do?
Oh no.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh yeah, this guy left the Overwatch team, by the way.
Yep, that did happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
I am a
Best choice of
traitor.
your life.
Anyway, so they were like, "Hey, we want to make a Marvel Rivals team, so you should also manage that." I said, "You know what? Why not? It's basically Overwatch, so how hard can it be?" And it was basically the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I'm like kind of now involved. All right, in the scene. Um, at Butler Esports. So I don't know. I try to be a good leader. Try and make all my players feel good in multiple ways. Um, but
That's insane. No wonder you got the
That's
award.
insane.
Yeah. I guess you could. Yeah.
That's why he's a support player.
Yeah.
Bro.
So
Anyways.
Oh
Yeah. You did get kind of forced into it, but good job anyway.
Thank you.
Shuckums.
Thank you.
Good job.
Yeah,
You
good
deserve
job.
it.
Now we're here.
Thank you.
Now we are here.
So,
Alright.
Rivals, Overwatch is dead on Rivals Arrival.
Yep,
Right.
Overwatch is dead.
Overwatch is dead.
Yep.
Sad.
No, not really. All right.
Wow.
Yeah, we play Rivals. We got a match coming up against, or no, we had a match against the Golden Eagles. No idea what school they were. Don't really care.
Mm-mm.
Rolled those nice players. Uh,
Yeah.
rolled those guys. 2-0, quick and easy, best of one domination.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I mean,
Thoughts on that
I would
match?
be curious what they looked like on other maps with different comps and stuff.
Yeah.
But because I remember we had one scrim where we rolled them the first game and then we didn't lose any. We didn't win any after that.
Yeah.
But I think we were just the
But weren't
better
we also
players
off
versus
rolling
them.
too? Weren't some of us off rolling that game? The
Yeah, I
second
think-
match of domination.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I think so. I'm not sure though. 'Cause,
you're
like,
right.
who was playing? I don't even remember who was playing what. I'm pretty sure we ran 3 DPS, 1 tank, because I remember solo tanking the entire time.
Yep.
It's probably gonna be you again tonight.
Yeah, well, yeah, but like thoughts on that match? Think about going into the rest of the Purdue Invitational, which is what we're playing in right now.
I mean, if it's all like that, then I'm not too worried. But I think there are some pretty good teams, so definitely
I haven't
gotta-
heard anything, so I'm curious. Like, is there anyone else who shoots back?
Well, I
Uh,
think Purdue's gonna be good,
yeah.
right?
I think
Yeah.
Purdue has 2 or 3 teams that they submitted for the tournament,
Of
so
course.
at least one of them is probably gonna be
Hopefully,
pretty decent.
hopefully. I
But
mean, like, I don't know, rank reset hit, so it was kind of like, I don't know, these
Ooh.
matches have been a little weird going into it. You can't really tell how
Right.
good anyone is right now.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's definitely like, going in a match, like not trying to downplay anybody, but I know after the last match, and I'm feeling pretty confident. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
feeling like, I mean, if
But
it format
at the
wise.
same time, we have a lot to work on our team.
Yeah.
We do.
We don't even have really set comps even.
Mhm.
We have
Yeah.
people flexing everywhere like you don't even want to play tank,
Nope,
but we
jail.
just don't have any tanks. So,
Yeah, basically he took 6 TPS players like Blue Lock and just threw them in a Marvel Rivals team and said,
Here
"All
you go.
right, time to win."
Are we gonna have Zach here tonight to play tank? Do you know?
Maybe. I think so.
I don't know. He didn't say he was available, so I don't know.
He asked if it was a BO1, so he might be here, might not, who knows.
There you go.
I mean, Emma isn't in yet, which kind of sucks because I
Yeah.
do like playing Emma. Like
Mhm.
if I was in tank jail but I was only playing Emma, I would be completely fine with it.
yeah.
Which is crazy because you also said that thing about Thing.
Okay, the thing. Here's the thing with the thing. Here's the thing.
The thing is an off
Not
tank.
confusing at all.
The thing is like so situational because if they play Groot, who's really good right now, he's like essentially useless, and we can't really get away with banning Groot right now because we have to ban Loki because we don't play Loki.
We don't play Loki.
So and Loki's like really strong. So like if we can't play Loki, then we can't really save the ban for Groot. Although with 3 bans, we probably can
Yeah.
going forward because like they changed the ban format.
Mm-hmm.
How are we feeling about that?
Yeah, it's interesting. 3 bans per team is a lot.
It's kind of broken. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
It's a lot of bans. You get to like at that point you can honestly just like target ban 2 people and then
Mhm.
save a ban for something else.
Yeah.
Or you could just target ban 3 people, which is an insane amount.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also think it's like crazy because like it's gonna make these niche DPS like Spider-Man and like Iron Fist are gonna get a lot better in comps and stuff because like the Hellas and the Namors are gonna get banned quite a bit. I'd
That's
say.
true. I still don't think Spider-Man's gonna be good. He might be good in like R level, but pro level no.
Okay.
I think it's just too early to add that many bans.
Yeah, that's
with
what
the
I
amount
was
of characters.
saying.
Like other
Yeah.
games that have hundreds of characters available, it makes sense to have like 5 bans like League of Legends does. But it's just too early with only like 30
Yeah.
heroes in the roster.
And also 2 saves is crazy too, in my opinion. Like 2
Yeah.
saves, you can like
Well, you need 2 saves if you have 3 bans.
Yeah,
If there was
obviously.
1 save, then that would just be
yeah.
bad to play.
Yeah, it's just like you can make your entire like you can win or lose the entire game in bans, which is kind of crazy right now.
Yeah. The other thing is though, is they're adding characters, and they plan to add a lot, which
To
I
a
think-
season?
yeah.
2 a season,
I've
1 a
I've
month.
told some people how I think about that, but
Go ahead. Why don't
Yeah,
you talk
sure.
about it now, bro? Why don't you share with the
well,
class?
I think adding too many new characters too fast is really bad for the game's meta. I think it's what killed Overwatch, honestly. And I think that if they don't take their time with each character and really think about their abilities,
Mm.
then it'll honestly kill the meta.
You think the same way, kid? The Overwatch mentality?
I just don't think Overwatch released enough. I don't know.
Well,
The Overwatch thing is like a long history
It is a
of.
long history.
There's a lot going on there.
And it all started with Anna's anti-nade.
Right. Sure.
Actually,
Yep.
Guess you could say
I
that.
played Overwatch on console and hit like diamond or something on Zen, one tricking on
There you go.
console. So I
W.
don't know much about like Overwatch and that stuff because I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's definitely a different game from Marvel Rivals. Like, obviously you can compare the two, but meta-wise and gameplay-wise, it's very different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No roll lock, and then also 6v6.
Also Gator.
Yeah.
Also,
Also Gator.
Yeah,
Gator
there's just
being
a lot.
viable. Go all tanks,
I mean,
one rocket.
Mhm.
There's always weird comps.
Mhm.
I mean, Goats was it in Overwatch,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. I don't know. There's just a lot more creativity now in
Yeah.
Marvel Rivals versus Overwatch, and that's
Yeah.
also like increased by team ups, which I think is a super cool thing that they added into this game.
Yeah, I like team ups.
Mm-hmm.
team ups are
lot.
nice.
You think like Gator's gonna turn into what Goats was, like that hard meta, whatnot?
No, it's not that strong.
I mean, there's
I don't know, man.
I don't know, these hero shooter games, they seem to have an issue balancing tanks and supports a lot,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
and they can get into a spot where it's really unhealthy for the game, and I don't really understand why, but in both of these games, Overwatch and Marvel Rivals, the DPS roster is enormously inflated
Yeah.
compared to the tank and support roles.
Yeah.
Like in Marvel Rivals, there's 38 characters, 8 of them are supports, 20 of them are DPS.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
I think that's something like I kind of get why it happened in Overwatch because
Mhm.
they condensed two
Right,
roles.
yeah.
But Marvel Rivals started
Mm-hmm.
and had the option to even out the
Yeah.
amount of roles, and they
Correct.
just chose to make DPS so stacked
Mhm.
Yeah.
in the amount of
Yeah.
characters.
I think it's
mean-
because it's like the superheroes and whatnot,
Right.
and like
Yeah.
like it doesn't fit for Spider-Man to be a tank, but like
Mhm.
Yeah,
there are
like it makes it easier to
Yeah.
just think because most of the characters in Marvel comics are just like average build and fighters
Right.
in different
Mhm.
ways. So it
Mhm.
makes sense like, oh, they're just gonna do a ton of damage. Which I
Mhm.
think is something very interesting with Emma Frost, which is a
Mhm.
character you would think would be either a support or DPS, but they made him a
Mhm.
tank.
Yeah, yeah, I like and like even some of the DPSs like Mr. Fantastic. He's kind of not really a
Mhm.
DPS. He's
Right.
kind of a
Mr. Fantastic.
he's kind of
is
a tank, but
tank.
also
He
if you
should be
run
a
one tank and triple DPS with Mr. Fantastic, is it the same value as a tank? Not really. So like I don't know how I feel about them leaving a lot of characters
Mhm.
in these weird, limbo spots
Right.
between roles.
Limbo.
Yeah. Because it's like I don't know. It's like you can't really justify picking Mr. Fantastic over another tank, but you can. I mean, you can run him as a DPS and
Mhm.
play to his strengths, but it's also like
Well, the good thing about that though is that you can have one main tank and then a tank like DPS. Like a lot of like pro teams were running one tank, one Wolverine.
mm,
Like just using the Wolverine as a second tank,
Yeah.
which is viable and stuff. And I haven't seen it with Mr. Fantastic, but we also haven't seen the new patch
Mhm.
Mr. Fantastic yet. So
yeah. I think
got-
he's really good
mhm,
right now.
yeah.
He's really good. Like he's
I think got 3 buffs, I think.
3 buffs.
I
Yeah,
think
they've
so.
just been like it's him and Human Torch that they've just been kind of like just
Yeah.
buffing over and over again, just micro buffs, and
Mhm.
like Human Torch right now is really
Yeah.
crazy, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Can't he like 3-shot a Hella ultimate or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like all his pretty like he does a lot of damage. I think he struggles with like finding final hits.
I disagree.
Actually-
His dive ability, where he like lays down the burning spots and then dives in, it's a final hit machine.
Okay. I haven't played him that much, so
I think he's really
I
good
played him a
too.
good bit. He's probably I think my third most played DPS, and I really like love just because also when you dive it makes a like explosion with the other like things you
Mhm.
throw down.
Yeah.
So it's very good for I've used it a lot diving a backline and just clearing out a rocket by just out of position.
yeah. Speaking of Rocket, you want to talk
Yeah.
about Rocket right now?
I think it's good, honestly, because I think the biggest problem with supports right now is their ults are too strong and they get them too fast. Like, you see so many fights where it's just decided by support ults.
Mhm.
And Rocket's new ult
Mm-hmm.
isn't entirely like that. Like, yes, it gives you a lot of heals, but it won't completely counteract like a DPS ult, like other
Yeah,
support ults
I
will.
think Rocket honestly like I don't know. It might be a hot take, but I think Rocket is like in a spot where I would want a lot of the other supports to be, where the ult adds to a fight, not just completely wins it.
Yeah.
But like his raw healing output right now, and it might be bugged from what I've heard, but they gave him a lot of what he didn't need base kit wise,
Mhm.
but and took away what was
And his wall climb speed for some reason, because he totally wasn't killable enough already.
yeah. Like he's crazy strong right now, but I think it's like a good crazy strong. Like I like where Rocket is right now. Honestly, like I feel like Luna ult is just too stupid.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the big differences I think between Overwatch and Marvel Rivals is like of course support ults in Overwatch are huge and really impactful, but they're not on the level of Marvel Rivals where I press Q and the entire team cannot die for 14 seconds this Luna
Yeah,
ult,
it's
like 12 seconds.
seconds or
Yeah.
something crazy.
Yeah, Zenyatta's ultimate basically does the same thing, but half the time.
Yeah, and
Half
it's
the time.
harder to get. Like, you don't
Yeah.
get it every fight like you do with Luna Snow.
Yeah,
Yeah, like Luna's ult and a few other characters, their ults just pause a fight
Mhm.
effectively.
yeah, it's
And
like
it just doesn't really make it fun.
Yeah.
Because you're just kind of just have to wait for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're in two support ults, like, you're literally just like, okay, I guess I'll get some damage for my ult.
yeah, that's gonna get countered in 30 seconds. because of
Yeah.
another support ult.
And a lot of them are just redundant too. Like Mantis ult, Luna ult, Invis ult. I guess you can count Loki in there too. And now Rocket. All 5 of those are basically just team fight sustain ultimates.
Yeah,
Like I would like to see more creativity
And Cloak and Dagger roll.
and Cloak.
Yeah,
I didn't even
and
think of that one
Sandy.
too.
Is that like all of them pretty much?
The last one
Not
is Jeff and
Adam.
Adam.
Yeah, not
Jeff
Yeah.
and Adam are the only like utility-based ults,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see more of that because I feel like the old Rocket ultimate, it was 40% damage boost,
Yeah, it
right?
was like 40.
Yeah.
They nerfed it from like 40 to 25, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. I would rather have that than have another like
Sustain all.
yeah,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I think they could have given him like the shield and knocked it like less shielding and knocked it down to like 30 instead
Yeah.
of 25 instead of
Mhm.
making it just a hard sustain ult.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that
We're not gonna get through this
The
without
thing.
saying
the thing is that Luna's damage boost is better than Rocket's now.
Yeah.
So if you want damage boost and healing, you should just pick Luna still.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Luna doesn't really work in Gator though, and that's like the best comp in the game.
it's true, but that's just because of her survivability.
Yeah.
Like the only reason the Gator comp even exists is because Rocket is so
hard to kill.
hard to kill.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess since we're talking about like games meta and stuff, I guess we should talk about Emma right now. I've been playing a lot of it in scrims. My Emma's gnarly. Dude, I am nice on the Emma. I
Mm.
love that character. She does a little too much damage, in my opinion, with
Think
the
so?
shift, like the melees and whatnot.
Mm.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
does way too much damage.
She has
She's-
got crazy abilities.
I
Like
would,
she is.
I would agree.
She's really good. She's good as an off tank. She works as a main tank.
Yeah,
like
she can main tank. Like we were it wasn't working for us in like scrims and what, but I do think after playing it more in like ranked just with my friends, like she can maintain, like she can be a main tank and solo tank if needed.
Mhm.
yeah.
Like she just does so much and covers so much range.
And
It's,
the thing is
crazy.
that's what the thing doesn't do.
Yeah,
so
that's
the
what the
thing
thing-
about the thing is
Yeah.
that he can't main tank like Emma
You
Frost.
just can't do that
Right.
thing.
Yeah, no, he
But
can't
the
do
thing about
one
Emma
thing
Frost is
that-
she can do both.
Yeah, like I don't know. I do think outside of her like shift form and her ult, she is mid. Like she is
You think
not,
so?
Her
I
ult
don't
isn't
think
great.
her primary fire is amazing because it takes 2 to 3 business days to charge
Right. Okay.
and get to full day. I think her E is good. Her E is
The
good.
crystal.
Yeah, the shield
The
is
E is good. Her damage is crazy, but it's so like situational.
Yeah, like she doesn't do a lot of burst. She does a lot of just trickle damage.
Well, she
with-
does when
burst
she's
when she
in her
shifts. Yeah,
in her
I'm just
form.
talking about like normal.
In her base form.
Yeah.
Yeah, normal Emma, like she does a lot of trickle damage, which is good for like cleaning a fight, I'd say.
Mhm.
But like, and like the E is really good for just
Yeah.
cleaning a fight.
Yeah, it's
honestly,
more
like if
like-
you E a tank that's half HP, that tank's dead.
Yeah.
Like
Because you also pierce with your main attack, so you're doing double
Mhm.
damage initially, and then you get the burst after that.
yeah, the burst afterwards is crazy.
And I
It's
think
almost
that's
like
a
she's
good way of
a
balancing her.
tempo tank.
Yeah.
It kind of requires like more
Ramantra.
Yeah,
of build, like planning around the build up.
was Ramantra the same thing? Like his
It's
shift
basically the same thing.
It's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
When Overwatch introduced Ramattra, they were like, this is a tempo tank. Like
Mhm.
he has 2 different forms, and based off of those forms is how you control the tempo of the fight.
Mhm.
But in reality,
Yeah, but Ramattra isn't a WWE superstar that choke slams people and kicks them to
yeah,
the walls.
that's true. That's true.
Like, dude, the kick, I will say, the combos with the kick, like, people were talking about, like, how you can kick it through her base form E. You don't even need to do that to
Mm.
kill supports.
Yeah.
Like, you can legit, like, they're stun locked permanently and they just die. And I don't think that's great for the game, but I love doing it, so I don't really care that much. But, like, her choke slam is crazy.
Yeah. One thing I really like about this game is that every character feels like overpowered.
Yeah.
But it sort of balances itself in a way. Like, yeah, you can say Emma Frost, like, that combo is insane. Like,
Mhm.
that feels overpowered. But then here I am on Psylocke having a one-shot combo that kills, like, any support. And I'm like, yeah, that's overpowered. But then
Yeah.
there's also Rocket
Yeah.
and his survivability. So I like how it, like, feels good.
Mm.
Like, it feels
feels
good to play
rewarding.
your character.
It feels
but
rewarding.
yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's how I was feeling on WoW when I got to play DPS and be free.
Yeah.
I'll take your spot on tank tonight.
Bro,
If
then I
you
have to
want
play
it.
support, and I'm not going in Rocket
Yeah.
Jail. You can't make me.
We don't even play Rocket that much. I don't think.
I think Rocket's like he's entering must pick.
Well, yeah.
Territory.
I don't think we play him though. I mean, we can. We probably should, but
Yeah,
we just don't.
We probably should play Loki too, but we don't do that either. But I mean, Loki's a lot harder to pick up
He's
than
just, I don't know.
Rocket right now.
He needs more, like, maybe, I don't know what I'm saying. Maybe not. I'm just bad at Loki. So,
I've played a bit of Loki at ranked, and I think he's pretty easy for me because I was a Ying main and Paladins.
I forgot about
Dude,
Paladins.
Paladins is better than Overwatch ever was, and I'll die on the hill.
No.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, but
Mm-mm.
like, dude, I played Ying, but I was like a DPS Ying. My
Focusing lens
teammates were
Ying.
not getting healed.
Oh my goodness.
I don't even remember who I played in Paladins.
Dude, Paladins, like, I don't know, man.
Oh, it's gone.
Untapped.
It's gone.
That is the saddest thing I've ever
It's
heard.
actually dead. We
Yeah.
can say Overwatch is dead, but Paladins is actually
It's dead. Paladins is gone.
Yeah, it's like
Unfortunate.
beyond resuscitation.
Like all of Hi-Rez's projects, except for
Oof.
Smite, I think.
Isn't it like Smite 2 now or something?
Oh yeah,
Or-
okay, I guess Smite now is dead. Smite 2 is the only
Smite 2
Wait,
Electric
Smite
Boogaloo?
2 is the only thing that Hi-Rez actually has made that last.
Yeah. Nah, dude. I do agree with you though on the characters being, rewarding to play. It feels like even like the thing, like it didn't feel rewarding like individually, but like when like in the team environment and stuff, it felt really good to play Thing
Mhm.
rather than just running at people in ranked. Honestly,
Right.
it feels a lot better in like an organized situation.
Yeah.
Which some characters obviously should feel that way and will feel that way, but like it feels nice that even like bare minimum in ranked, if I have a bare minimum coordination, it still feels rewarding.
Mm-hmm. And like in Overwatch, I remember like you could play certain characters in ranked, and then it wouldn't work at all in scrims if you
Right.
played them the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And this game is still pretty early, but it feels like you can. Like I can flank, I can solo flank as Psylocke and like just dominate their back line in scrims,
Yeah.
which feels great.
Yeah.
It doesn't always work, but
Yeah.
it feels good at least. Like it's not like everybody, and I'm sure this will change with time and with better teams, but like it's not like everybody just looks at you and bam, you're
Mhm.
dead.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think because the game is new and like the 6v6 and getting used to like team ups and stuff like that, and especially with the team ups changing and stuff, like
Mhm.
taking out some of the team ups like the Namor freeze turret and replacing it with the Gamma turret, which side grade, I guess it's okay.
I think it's worse because like I don't feel like there's gonna be
Yeah.
there's definitely less situations where you play Hulk Namor than you play Namor Luna.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Like it's just infinitely less.
Yeah.
Also,
I think that's what made the Frost turret more annoying is because you kind of forced, the sustain ult to also be on the field at the same time and still
Right.
giving him a second
Mhm.
turret.
what I think made the Frost turret so annoying is the utility of the slow. Like
Yeah,
that's
slow.
That too.
huge.
Yeah.
Like if you're playing Thing and they have a Namor Frost team up, like that's almost useless because you go in there, you get slowed, you can't get back out. You can't really do anything. You're a melee character tank. You're
Yeah.
just gonna get melted.
Yeah, but like I don't remember what I was saying. It was something like even with like like people getting used to changing team up and stuff and adding new ones like the Emma team up with Mag and Psylocke, which I think is a little strong.
Think so?
I don't
I
think
think
it's
it's
bad.
good. I think the Mag version is better than the Psylocke version. I think the Mag one is kind of crazy because you can. I just saw this like the other day, but apparently when you bubble someone, you also bubble yourself. With the
Oh,
mag
really?
thing. Yeah, I
Ah.
saw someone do that, and I was like the mag Emma stuff. So like you go to bubble your teammate, your clone mag will bubble you
Interesting.
or something like that.
I didn't know
Something
about that.
crazy.
That's
It's
pretty cool.
so good.
I know
Very
for
surprisingly.
Psylocke it's really good because
Yeah, I've
she
used it a
already
lot.
has
That's
a lot of utility to get out and like live, but giving her another thing that like
Tricks. It's also so early on that people aren't used to it.
yeah.
Like there's
Yeah.
so many times where I've just used it and then they'll go after the clone so I can just escape to get a heal.
I think
Yeah.
it's pretty obvious though what I've seen so far,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, and I honestly like talking about this right now. I don't think there will be a point with them adding a character every month and like shaking the team ups around on the seasons where people will ever be used to it. Like
Right.
like
Yeah.
you'll get like as soon as like we were getting used to the Namor team up being one of the best things after we stopped banning Hulk every game for Iron Man beam,
Yeah.
trolling. Like people started banning Luna, and then a couple weeks later they take it out of the game, and replace it with something else. It's like I don't think there will ever be a point where you just get used to it. Like it's always going to be changing. It's always going to be flowing and
Well,
stuff like that. But
I mean,
some of the teammates will team ups will stick around probably, right?
I
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with that, but that's just how it is right now.
Yeah,
Like
that is true.
they could add a character with like the most insane ability, and then it's a must pick, and then they have to like nerf that character into the ground, which like makes all
Probably gonna be
supports
Ultron.
I'm so
maybe.
excited for him.
Yeah.
The
I-
leaks
I'm-
for Ultron and like what I saw a
Mhm.
couple months ago, like the drone stuff. That is crazy. I
Yeah.
think Ultron's gonna be
I haven't
insane.
seen those.
It's like he can place his drones on people, and it's kind of like Xenor, but it also heals the people
Mhm.
around who he places it on.
Okay.
And I think his biggest weakness is that he's a flyer, right?
It's like he can walk on the ground, but he does have free flight. So kind of like Echo, I think, from Overwatch, if you know what that
Okay.
is.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a kind of hybrid playstyle, I guess.
Yeah, but he's like that damage support kind of hybrid,
Mhm.
which I think is going to be really good. But
Yeah.
I'm secretly hoping they make that OP character Daredevil, so I can like turn off my monitor and do monitor off Daredevil to and just train my ears. Be truly blind.
Like the one thing that I
Daredevil game.
really want to see them add to the game, people would definitely start crying if they added it, but like an Onanade type effect.
An Onanade.
An Onanade
Who
type
do you
effect.
think would even have that?
I don't know, some kind of support or something, but it's
Wait,
just
are you talking about the anti effect?
yes, the anti-effect.
That's where it all
If they're
starts.
because these support ults are just too freaking strong. Like I like how they did with Emma. Like you cast it, they can't use their ult.
I like the silence. I think
Yeah.
that's good. I think more characters should have the silence. An
Mhm.
anti?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, we already have a cleanse.
Who's the cleanse?
C&D.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I wouldn't even
It would
count
make
that.
sense
think
with the amount of
the-
sustain ults to counter it, or they can just
I
weaken
guess
the
it's
sustain
different.
ults.
Yeah.
I think
It's either those.
another
weapons.
reason that the anti-nade would work better in Rivals than it did in Overwatch is because most of the self-sustain that people have is shields,
Mm.
which wouldn't be affected by the anti-nade, hopefully.
Yeah. Dude, imagine it's like a silence and an
Yeah.
anti-heal. Like you can't use dude, I could see a character like Blade having that, like the vampire stuff. Like I think that'd be cool. Like he has to run up and grab somebody and then they can't, like they're antied.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because
cool.
like a bleeding effect or something. I think that'd be sick. Dude, imagine coming back to this and I'm right.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think they
Because he
need
is leaked.
more support utility that's not just healing.
Yeah.
Like they just need to do other things, I think.
Or CC. Because
Yeah.
supports have a lot of CC.
Yeah.
Like Adam is the best example of that,
I would
right?
say so.
With the soul bond and the
He has good
all-
damage. He has good burst healing. Probably the best burst healing in the game. Probably.
Still probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
It is, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know.
I would also
makes
find it interesting instead of doing like a cleanse nade, if someone had a cleanse like projectile, so it'd only be able to affect like 1 or 2 people,
Right.
compared to just being able to, if you get
Like
a
a
good
skill
nade
shot.
off,
Yeah. Okay.
you would be able to get like multiple people on the enemy team instead of it being making it more of a skill shot. Would be interesting.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think sort of trying to move on from the meta talk, but it'll probably pop up here and there because
Mhm.
we talk about our upcoming matches for the Purdue Invitational that we're in. We're playing. Who does that say?
Iowa is tonight and Nebraska
Iowa.
is tomorrow.
Yeah, we're playing against the entire state of Iowa tonight in the Purdue Invitational. So look out for that 10-minute stream on Butler Esports Twitch channel.
Best of one.
And yeah,
some
so
reason.
what are we thinking going into that? Vibes, feeling good.
I feel good. I think we still need to solidify roles and stuff like that.
Yeah. After months of this roster being a thing, we're still. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, roles solidification is it's something we need to do. But at the same time, it's like the game is also pretty like free flowing. But
In my opinion, 3 DPS is just bad.
yeah,
think
we
so?
do. Yeah,
I
3
think
DPS
it's a
is
bad
Really?
comp.
Okay.
I think it depends on what DPS it is, but yeah, I agree pretty much.
I mean, we do. It kind of works with us because one, we have Cade, who's a really good healer, and so
John George healer.
he can pay attention to all
That's
of
why I
us
wanted-
and the tank like at one time, even with a mantis. That's actually insane. How do you do that? Anyways,
No shade, no shade.
well,
No.
it's mantis as a character.
Yeah, Mantis
But
is a
she
bad
just-
character.
Well, she
Not-
got
not a
buffed.
bad character.
I don't think she's great. I like compared to the rest of the supports that we could be playing. I don't think Mantis is a good
I
pick.
don't know. Andrew learned Widow, and then it would just be great.
Andrew doesn't need to learn Widow. You got a Widow player right here.
You play Widow?
I played it in a scrim one time.
Oh.
Remember?
No.
Oh.
I would not play Widow.
Yeah,
He's
that's
a
all
better
that
hit scan
impact.
than me, anyways.
Really?
I have
Yep.
a friend who, like, whenever we're just doing bad, he'll just say, "I'm playing Crash Out," and just start playing Widow.
Yeah, Widow is fun. I like Widow.
I don't know. I feel like there are a lot of just characters who seem to be in the game for like no purpose, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
Like they buffed Penny. She's still like nothing, basically, right? Am I
Yeah.
wrong? I haven't seen her like at all.
I
Yeah.
mean, I played Penny in that match, didn't I not? Or a scrim or something? I played Penny, solo Penny.
We also ran Penny with anti-dive. I think she's good for
Did we?
anti-dive.
Okay.
I think the crit change is good. Like pro play, I don't think we'll ever see Penny because they're just too coordinated to
Right.
like
Okay.
run like a hard anti-dive character other than the more. But in terms of like just us, playing matches, feeling it out, I think Penny works.
Yeah, I think she's very situational.
Yeah.
And definitely I think good in like mid to high ranked matches. But
Yeah.
when you get to people with
The
communication,
good pennies are
Yeah.
terrifying.
once you get to people with communication, they can easily like kind of circumvent because she's also very
Yeah,
situational.
she has like one map she's really good on, and other than that, like as long as you displace her, you're fine.
Yeah.
I mean, she works in Gator.
Oh yeah, no, she does work
Yeah.
in Gator, the
Yeah.
best comp in the game.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Are we running Gator tonight?
I would be down to do a second match if we win, or second round if we sweep first
No.
round.
No Gator, Andrew.
No.
Why not?
Cause, dude, I don't know.
You a
hate
hater?
playing tank? Is
You a
is
Gator
the
hater?
issue?
I may be a Gator hater. Because it's like you just can't do enough, you know? Like yeah, you kind of like
think
just
that's a skill
live
issue.
forever, but
Is that a skill issue?
Like, what do you mean?
like you don't have enough like damage.
Okay.
You just don't.
Thor.
So if they know how to counter it, we just lose.
But they won't.
That's true that they won't.
Yeah, no one has done it yet.
Like, okay, yeah, no one has countered our Gator yet on defense.
Yeah, but
What
it's
is
so
the counter?
easy.
On Yggdrasil.
What is it? What is it?
Flyers.
Just yeah.
Flyers? If you get,
That's why we need to play it on attack, not defense,
yeah,
because we can just switch immediately.
we need a scrim Gator more, but I think we could.
Andrew's molding right now.
Dude, I'm telling you, I think it's good.
I mean, yeah, I guess we haven't lost with it.
We have not lost a map. We have 100% win rate with Gator.
Well, no, we
Name
lost
another-
that one
Oh wait,
map,
yeah, we lost
but
the
we held them
first
for
map.
4 minutes.
Yeah.
We held. Okay, that doesn't count.
Okay.
That's a win in my book.
All right,
Yeah,
sure.
whatever.
That's proof of concept.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got the tone of your voice. You just got sad when I mentioned Gator.
I think we should work on other comps before we work
didn't
on
win, but
Gator.
they
If I'm
lost.
forced to play tank, everyone's coming down with me.
Mm.
Except Kate, apparently, because he gets to play Rocket.
Yep.
And just, call for, heal
Help
when
me,
we don't do
Help
it.
me!
Help me! Just suffering in our backline.
Yeah.
It's like your favorite activity.
Meanwhile, we're just la di da. I have self-sustain. I don't know what my rocket is doing.
Yeah.
Where's my heals? Yeah. But yeah, Iowa, Tire State, apparently, because they won't specify what school.
Mhm.
Play that tonight. Again, BO1 domination, clown Mickey Mouse format.
Yeah.
It's such a weird format.
It's such a bad format. It's
Well,
not
that
weird.
too. Well, it can be both.
No, it really can. It can be bad. It can be really like Mizzouland, but I won't talk about that.
I'm
A bad
so.
format could also be seen as a weird format.
My thing is why would you ever make a BO1 format in Marvel Rivals where the
Right.
games are already super short?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
Like these games are even shorter than Overwatch.
Yeah, like,
Like you can have a game that lasts 7 minutes.
yeah, we lit, like, our first match was 7 minutes stream. Trey figured out something back in prod to get the audio going through the park, and by the time he figured out it was done, like, that's kind of crazy. Like, it just makes for a bad tournament, and also, like, I'm a BO1 hater in every title because so much can happen within one game that, like, not the better team doesn't always, like,
Yeah.
or like obviously there's upsets here and there, even in
Mhm.
BO3s, BO5s, whatever. But like typically the better team should win on the given day, and BO1 just doesn't allow that to happen because you can just get so much like random stuff happen.
Right.
Especially in a hero, especially in a hero shooter.
Especially in a hero shooter with multiple game modes.
Yeah.
And like say a team does really good on like payload type game modes and it's a domination game mode, it's not really a show of
Yeah,
all
especially with
skill.
I mean this stage of the tournament, it's just domination, right?
Yeah.
Like there are gonna be teams who are gonna be way better on domination than other modes, like us. I think sometimes I don't know. We like to pick and choose when we're good. But
Yeah, I don't like the domination map so
I
far.
I also don't like domination as a game. I like Krakoa, but
I like domination as a game mode.
you don't like the maps.
I don't like the maps. I like Hell's Heaven. I don't like the Asgard map. And Krakoa, I'm excited for Krakoa.
I like
honestly.
Krakoa. When Krakoa gets into the pool, it'll be good. But what domination maps are? Wait, so it's Hell's Heaven,
I hate that map.
Asgard.
You don't like Hell's Heaven?
Just more specifically, the one where it's 2 levels, like the point is underneath.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
That
Yeah,
one's
that's a bad one
That's a
because you
bad-
just get a Namor up top and it's impossible to kill.
Or like
Yeah.
a mag, you're just sitting up there.
It's
Like, what do you
just-
do?
it's
Well, if
terrible.
Mag's up there, you just walk on a point.
Yeah, that's true. But like, I don't know.
But if
man.
Namor's up there, then
Namor or Loki, yeah, it's like
yeah, Loki up there is
Loki
like
up there is
unbeatable.
yeah.
Yeah.
Rocket up there.
Yeah, just
It is
any like
annoying.
if you have to contest so much of the map,
Hmm
which is like so much of the map that doesn't really mean a lot to
Right.
capping the point. Like that's what I like about Krakoa is like most of the points you have to contest a lot of the map, but like a lot of it is meaningful to the point
Mhm.
because like it's like the portal routes like there's the one point with the dragon hovering over the point.
yeah, that's cool.
Oh yeah, should we
And
go?
the portals go off to the side and stuff, and then there's also the main entrance for the beginning fights. It kind of like rotates where the fight's happening in the map. I like that a lot. Like it makes certain characters good on certain phases of the point almost.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, they obviously know what they're doing with
Yeah,
map
they-
design.
yeah.
It's just it can't all be great.
Yeah.
The other thing I don't like about the Asgard map is the point where it's like
Yep.
a big well
Everyone
and it's
knows.
high ground,
Yeah.
and that has one thing in common with the Hell's Heaven map that we don't like, which is
So much meaningless space that you have to fight only to just
yeah.
be
Well,
forced to give it up
it's not meaningless. It's high ground directly above the point. Of
yeah.
course, it's
But
going
you
to
can
be
also
strong.
break that and like make it
Yeah.
not playable.
The problem with the Hell's Heaven one is that it's so hard to get to that high ground if you don't have an ability that can get you up there.
You have to use the bounce pads.
Yeah, which are so
Terrible.
far away.
Yeah, I hate it.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't even know because I played a lot of movement characters. I didn't know there were bounce pads
Yeah.
until I was
I
like
didn't know
exploring the
either,
map.
yeah.
Like the game's been out for what since December last year
I think
ish,
so. Yeah.
Mhm.
and I didn't know there was bounce pads until a couple weeks ago
Yeah.
on Hell's Heaven.
Yeah, I played like during the alpha and beta and didn't know that there were bounce pads till the full game released.
Dude, I also played in beta. Now I'm thinking about it, and I still didn't know there was bounce pads until last week. Celestial player, by the way. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like domination BO1, it isn't very telling about who's actually good and who isn't. But I guess in this stage with the teams that are in, like, is anyone getting eliminated in this stage?
No.
No.
I think you can, like, theoretically, you can forfeit all 3 of these matches, and you'll just be seated low in the next
Yeah.
round.
Okay, so this is seeding.
So this does not matter.
Sweet, I'm running it down on.
Quad DPS.
I don't know. I'll pick what tank I want to play.
We
right
could
before the
try
match
quad
starts.
DPS. I'd
We-
be down for that, honestly.
Quad DPS. Dude,
Do you
that'd
solo
be
support? Is that what you do?
demoralizing.
Or do you...
No, you double
just-
support.
Oh, okay.
Do
Man.
you support quad DPS? I'll play Mr. Fantastic.
Yo, he's a
Fantastic
tank.
Wolverine.
Yeah, he's a tank. We were talking about this earlier, guys. He's a tank.
Full circle.
But yeah,
You've gotta
Full
pick
circle.
for
do
like
we know anything about Iowa or the guys we play tomorrow night in Nebraska? Do we know anything about
Nope.
them?
I think they may have played a match or two. I don't know. I'd have to look
I
through.
don't know.
The,
How are they seated? Like, how does the seating work for this event? Because I don't know.
we were
We're
just assigned
deciding
random
the
numbers
seating.
for this
Actually.
initial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they were like doing dude, I had like a theory that they were doing it based off of like the rank stuff. So like they were assigning a numerical value to like each rank
Maybe.
and then adding it up, and
They
then that's
could.
what the numbers was. Because
Well-
that would make sense to me. Why we were like what 16, and then the team we played was 7. That's like around half
Oh.
of what we were. They were around half of our total rank.
I didn't think about that. Maybe. Yeah.
That's what I looked at, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. But at the same time, that is terrible seating.
I mean, it's just initial seating. We're
Yeah.
playing these to decide the seating.
Yeah, that's fair.
Speaking of rank reset.
Rank reset.
Fan? Not a fan?
Oh, I'm a
Um,
big fan. I
Dude,
just
I
need to
like
play.
the reset. Some of my support players that have been getting in my game are troglodytes. Like they just dude, they don't have thumbs. Like I'm just convinced they took them all to a thumbless asylum, and that's who I'm playing with. Is just they have a bunch of PCs lined up, booted of Marvel Rivals, and said, "You You just lost your thumbs. Go throw this guy's game.
It's better than those people being in eternity though, like last season.
Yeah, that's true. You know. Don't look at me like that.
Were you one game off eternity?
Oh, I
Or is that
was.
you?
Yeah, we were
I-
both
I
really
was-
close.
I was one game off of eternity.
Yeah, and then people just said throw my games. I mean, completely fine. I get it. You can't have a Valorant player be better at the hero shooter than the hero shooter players. That's kind of
Right.
diabolical. I can't lie.
I don't know. I feel like I didn't want to play the first few days of the new season because like now plat lobbies are just celestial lobbies.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like it just creates a weird dynamic. I kind of liked how Overwatch does it, where
It's
during
like a
their rank
yearly-
reset,
Yeah.
you have to like just replace yourself.
Hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, the replacement.
Well,
I think.
I
is
think
good.
also Overwatch just started. I think starting when they added the Jade weapons, is that they're gonna have like a yearly reset. Right?
Oh really? I
Yeah,
didn't know
where
about that.
like they
Like a hard
reset.
reset?
Yeah, just a hard reset once at the beginning of the year, if I remember.
Like an
right.
MMR reset.
Kind of, I think.
Okay.
Probably not, knowing Blizzard. I don't know.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say I think Val does an MMR like it doesn't like reset it, but it's like I think you start out. I don't know how the matchmaking works. I got told this by someone who knew Riot Insider matchmaking stuff, but there was like they like used a numerical value like 500, let's say, and they put everyone at 500, and your placements essentially moved you up and down the MMR ladder.
Right.
And then your MMR would be like it wouldn't be essentially equivalent to your rank because you could be like,
Mhm.
immortal with 1 MMR, and so you're not gaining essentially anything per game. But if you're winning an immortal, your MMR goes up and your elo goes up at the same time. So it's like a balance. And I don't know if they did that, how that would work in Rivals. I think
I don't know.
the ranks would look a lot different with
Mhm.
people. Because, like, I don't know, man. I feel like ranked is just glorified quick play with
Mm.
bans
I don't know.
sometimes.
I feel like I would have almost rather have them have done the mid-season rank reset
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yeah.
the postseason, because I think originally they were doing a 4 rank mid-season reset and then a 7 rank beginning of
Yeah.
season reset. But then for this season, since they didn't do the mid-season, they just did 9 divisions.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was. Yeah, I thought it was still 7 for some reason. I was like, I was a little confused why I dropped so low. I think I dropped from like what Celeste 2 to
To
Plat.
too. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and
what I
I was
did.
like, I was a little confused, but then I was like, 9 makes it make more
Mhm.
sense now. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that mid rank reset would have made last season a bit more playable because last season felt like unplayable some games. Like people just, I don't know, man.
Yeah. Plus it's always luck based.
Yeah, it's
You
like
always get
6
that
player
person.
game with
Give me
rules.
just give me an avoid list of like 20 people and I'm climbing.
Yeah, dude, every game it's like Andrew. I just like Andrew will be locked in the entire game, not talking. At the end of the game, I'll be like, "All right, avoid that guy, avoid that guy." And I'm just like, it is funny, but at the same, I do like the avoid list feature.
Mhm.
Yeah,
avoid
it's
list
just
is
only
big.
This one's 3 people, I think.
It's only 3.
I think
Oh
so.
wow.
I
or
think it's only
maybe
3, but I do like
might be
seeing like
5.
I avoid list people, and then like one time I don't remember if I was queuing with you or with other people, but I avoided someone in a ranked game, and he was on the other team the next game, and we rolled him, and I was like, that's why I avoided you in chat, like avoid this guy, I already did it, like. But yeah, I think avoid list like I get it being a low amount because if you just avoid everyone who's like avoid just anyone who you want, it's gonna be easier to climb. But at the same time, like I hate these people who just are terrible and throw my games.
It
Yeah.
also messes with matchmaking if
It
like
does.
every player has like 100 people that they are trying to avoid playing.
Especially
with.
when it's all the same people and it's almost like a sign that they shouldn't be at that rank.
Hmm.
Like-
I definitely think that Marvel Rivals needs to work on how their ranking works.
I feel like avoid list should work to where if a certain amount of people avoid someone, that guy gets permanently banned. They can't play again.
Permanently banned. Well, isn't it in? I don't know if it's every single rank, but I know it is at the lower ranks. But don't you just flat out get more for winning than you lose for losing?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why everyone just climbs.
Yeah.
Every,
Yeah,
like,
I
That's why
honestly
it's-
it was like that even in Celeste.
yeah,
It's
it was.
more of who can put in the most time,
Hours,
and
yeah.
if you do better, you'll climb faster. But if you just do bad, you'll still climb.
Yeah, you can
See-
win. Like I think you can still climb with like a 48% win rate. Or
Oh
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
We trust me, we know.
I don't mind that with the lower ranks. It's just Like
That
they
should-
can't
It should
have that
plateau
into
at some
That
plat
should
point.
diamond.
plateau at like plat
Yeah.
diamond, not celestial.
I
Inverted.
think
It
at
should
plat.
it should stop
plat,
at
yeah.
the like medals ranking.
It should stop at the average player ranking.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
like gold and plat.
Well, actually, average right now is bronze.
It is.
Well, that's
Because
kind
there's
of
so many bronze players.
That's
'Cause they,
kind of-
'cause
That's
they
not a
ranked-
good statistic at all when they post that. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that they have every player that unlocks ranked at
Immediately
bronze
ranked,
3,
yeah.
you just have to throw out bronze 3.
Yeah.
That's not anything.
I feel like rivals would benefit from placements rather than a ladder, a hard ladder climb, because that's what like Apex did for a while, and like me and my friend, like we duo queued to pretty decent rank, just chilling. Like just it made it a lot easier without placements to just climb, in my opinion, because
Yeah,
like if you-
placements also solve the problem of not making plat lobbies celestial lobbies.
yeah,
Because you can just put the put the celestial players in like diamond or GM off of placements instead of just knocking them all down to plat, which makes it horrible for the people who
yeah.
have to climb out of that, who were
Yeah.
plat last season, get knocked down, climb out, and then they get stuck at plat
Yeah.
because it's where all the
especially if
celestial
there's
players
someone
are.
like Cade who just waits for the tide to pass and then destroys plat players for his
Yeah.
elo.
Exactly.
I see you in the queues. I
Literally
see you
just ace on
waiting.
invis every single game. I don't know.
I think it would definitely benefit if you've already gotten a rank in a previous season if they just added placements for then. If,
Yeah.
For new players, have them start in bronze and go up, but then if they've already played before, then you give them their placement matches for the next season.
Yeah.
See if they're still at that rank.
Yeah, so I mean, thinking about that, thinking about ranks of whoever we're playing tonight, I'm sure we'll figure that out in probably minutes after this. Surely, right? Surely Purdue doesn't just send us the ranks of everybody just off a minute away from the
no,
match, right?
we won't know their rank tonight
We won't.
before we play. No, the only reason we knew last time was because like they requested ours, and I was like, sure,
Oh,
and they sent theirs, and they're like gold. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
here's our Celeste average team.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Oh, I've had that issue.
So yeah, I think that's pretty much what we want to talk about, right?
Yeah.
Purue,
Any
John
closing
George again.
thoughts?
Congrats on that. Marvel Rivals as a whole, Overwatch digging a deeper grave for itself.
I mean, they're trying to fight back.
I'm excited for Stadium next week.
Yeah, I wish it just wouldn't have taken them the release of Marvel Rivals to like
Yeah.
actually start
I
trying.
mean, the grave was 20 feet deep. A 6-foot ladder isn't going to get you out.
There you go.
My
Um,
hope is just that Marvel Rivals and doesn't make the same mistake with
I don't
that
think they will.
Blizzard did with Overwatch.
They obviously care about their game a lot.
Yeah.
Like their
More.
higher up company, like the devs on Overwatch. Don't get me wrong. Like they love their game. Their company's terrible.
Yeah, Blizzard is not great. Like that's a lot of
company.
games too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
That's it.
don't know. Any
Well,
closing thoughts for?
I think Emma is a really big addition into this game.
I agree. Very, very big. I
Very
think she's very
robust
fun
addition.
to play.
Yep.
Yeah.
Robust.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, just really, strong grip on the meta.
Yep.
All right. Anything else?
All right, so that's obviously getting cut.
I think that's the thing. We need to cut.
Oh my lord! I'm talking about the choke slam, guys. Come on.
Right. Right.
Strong grip on the meta is crazy.
Okay.
All right. Anything else? Anything else that's not about Emma?
No, I
I-
got nothing else.
All
I don't
right.
think so.
Yeah. See you on
Thanks
the
for
next
having
episode,
us.
whatever that is. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching. For more updates, follow the Butler Esports socials at Butler Esports.